Hello students, today we are going to start a new topic which is called data handling. So you have done a part of it in class 7th also. Data handling is related to the branch of mathematics called statistics. So in data handling, the main aim is to give you the knowledge to collect the data and then organize the data and then study the data. Now, if you have an organized data and you have to represent that data uh, graphically, so there can be many different methods of doing that. In class 6th 7th I think you have done pictograph. Now today I am going to tell you bar graph. So first of all I'll tell you bar graph. Now for that they have given an example and I'll use that example. See, month, number of watches sold. So in a watch, in a shop selling watches, in various months, how many watches are being sold? It is given over there. So July, August, September, October, November, and December. 6 months. For 6 months, they have given the data. In the month of July, 1,000 watches. In month of August, 1,500 watches. In the month of September, again 1,500 watches. In month of October, 2,000 watches. Then 2,500 in November and 1,500 in December. Draw a bar graph. Now I'll tell you how to draw a bar graph of this data. So on a graph paper, on the x-axis you have to take the months and on the y-axis the number of watches sold. Okay, now you will choose your scale according to the size of graph paper that you have. Here 500, 1000, then 1500, 2000 and 2500. This is 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500. Number of watches sold. Okay, now In case of bar graph, there is a space between two bars. That means if there are 6 months, means we need 6 bars, but we have to make place for 12 bars, because between two bars there is the space of one bar is left. Okay. Now, in the month of July, number of watches sold is 1000. This is July. Then in the month of August, $1,500 watches are sold. Then in September again 1,500. Then in October 2,000. Then in November 2,500. That is November. And in the month of December, again 1,500. Now you shape these bars. So this is our bar graph, but this is not complete yet. You have to write down the scale. On y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 500 watches. You can see on y-axis 1 centimeter is equivalent to 500 watches. Clear? That is the scale. Now, why we draw bar graphs? Because whenever we represent the data visually, it's easier to understand. As you can see easily, in the month of November the maximum number of watches are sold, and in the month of July minimum number of watches are sold, and in the month of August, September and December equal number of watches are sold. So these things we can easily observe from a visual representation. That is why a bar graph is more useful. Now we can write down the values over here. 1000, 1500, 1500, 2000, 2500, 1500. Okay, so this is the way we can make a bar graph. And now I am going to tell you how to make a double bar graph. Now I am going to tell you how to make a double bar graph. There is a question for a double bar graph also. So there are three schools: School A, School B, and School C. Now the number of children who prefer walking and cycling of these two schools, or these three schools. In School A, 40 children prefer walking and 45 cycling. In School B, 55 and 25. And in School C, 15 and 35. And now you have to draw a double bar graph. Means in the same bar graph we have to show both the data, both the information, that is the number of children who prefer walking as well as cycling. Now see, the maximum number of students, it is 55. In School B, 55 students prefer walking. So again, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. I told you that always choose your scale depending on the size of graph paper that you are having. Now, there are only 3 schools, but for each school we have to make 2 bars and there has to be a gap of 1 bar. That means 3, at least we have to make space for 10 bars here. Here you write number of children. Okay. Now, in School A, 40 students prefer walking. And 45 students prefer cycling. Like this, and then you leave a gap. In School B, 55 students prefer walking. and 25 students prefer cycling. And in school C, 15 students prefer walking. And 35 students prefer cycling. School A, School B, School C. Okay. You have to give it a different pattern. Yes, you have to give it a different pattern. Now you can write down the numbers here: 40, 45, 55, 25, 15 and 35. And you have to write the scale also. And the scale is on y-axis. 1 centimeter is equal to 5 children. Okay. On y-axis you can see 1 centimeter is equal to 5 children. So this is the way we can make a double bar graph. And now I'll tell you how to group the data. If a data is given which is not organized, then how to organize that data or how to group that data. Marks obtained by 60 students of class 8 are as follows. Now I'll write down the marks obtained by 50 students, 60 students. So these are the marks obtained by 60 students of a class, and now they are saying you have to make the frequency distribution table using tally mark. Now the groups that you have to make is 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. The maximum marks here so you maximum marks I think it is 50, so 40 to 50 and then 50 to 60. Now this grouping, the classes, they are overlapping classes, because you can see 10 is the upper limit of the first class and 10 is the lower limit of the second class. Similarly, 20 is the upper limit of the second class and 20 is the lower limit of the third class. So as the limits are overlapped, that is why it is called overlapping, and it is called exclusive also. Why exclusive? Because as a convention you have to exclude the upper limit, means 10 will not be counted in 0 to 10, but it will be counted in 10 to 20. Clear? Although 10 is there in the first class as well as the second class, but it will be counted in the second one. In every class we will exclude the upper limit. I repeat, in every class we will exclude the upper limit, and that is why it is called exclusive. Clear? And now we'll make the tally marks. Starting with the first mark, that is 21 here, then 10 here, 30 here, 22, 33, 5, 37, 12, 25, 42, 15, 39, 26, 32, 18, 27, 28, 19, 29, 35, 31, 24, 36, 18, 20, 38, 22, 44, 16, 24, 10, 27, 39, 28, 49, 29, 32, 23, 31, 21, 34, 22, 23, 36, 24, 36, 33, 47, 48, 50, 39, 20, 7, 16, 36, 45, 47, 30, 22, and 17. And now the frequency 2, 5 plus 5, that is 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 121, 5, 10, 15 and 4, 19, 5 and 2, 7 and 1. So as I told you, these are the marks of 60 students. So the sum should be equal to 60. So when you add them, you can see the sum of all the frequencies is 60. So in this way we can group the data, and then after grouping we can represent the data in visual form. Today I told you bar graph and double bar graph. So in the next class we will do few more visual representation of data.